Hi, welcome to Lesson 4. I'm Jeff Holland, and let's add a few steps that can help you sound more like a professional. And we've talked about the pulse. We've talked about adding a few extra notes around the pulse. These musical notes that we add are called subdivisions. Think about this. When you're listening to your favorite tune, it usually has the pulse that makes your head start to bob like this. Maybe you can even split it up between a tap and a clap. Tap, clap, tap, clap. And so at that point, you're subdividing. You're splitting the beat up into smaller pieces. Now you can think about it like a pizza or a pie where you're splitting it up and you only have so much of the pie to begin with. So think about that as your timing. And then as you split the time up, a professional percussionist is going to always think about smaller pieces of time, smaller subdivisions than what we're actually playing. So I recommend as a professional, we never want to lose the idea of big time. Now what I mean by big time is that whole body pulse, that pulse that goes through the whole feel of the music. But within that, we have different levels of subdivisions. And I wanted to create a little break. We're going to learn a Middle Eastern rhythm today. And this is a rhythm that we started in the last series, the I like ice cream, I like ice cream. That rhythm can be traced all around the world, but in the Middle Eastern tradition, it's known as Ayub. So in case that you forgot from that rhythm, or if you need to go back and check how we set it up in lesson number 3, then here's a quick review. Maybe you could play along with me. I like ice cream, I like ice cream, bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone. I like ice cream. I like ice cream. Now, what I want to do is let's find the pulse. Just like we did in the very first video, I'm not talking about your heartbeat pulse this time. I'm talking about the pulse of the rhythm. And we need this to figure out how fast are we going to play the break. And so when I think about the pulse, I'm thinking about that consistent tone in the middle, not what I'm playing on the edge. Those are extra subdivisions and those are embellishments. And we'll talk about the placement of those a little bit later. The break that I want us to do is going to consist of whole notes, half notes, and quarter notes. And so giving you a little bit of, I'm going to get you ahead. When we come out of that rhythm, you want the quarter notes to match up with what you're playing on the drum. So when we count those quarter notes, let's pretend like we're a rock drummer. You've seen a drummer grab a pair of sticks and go, all right, is the band ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then everybody starts to rock on beat 1. So I want you to think about that. We're going to count off, just play tones on the edge of the drum. I'm using 2 hands, and I'll explain why I do this. It's called a flam, if you'd like to know. But it's 2 notes that are just slightly apart that really sound like one note, kind of like this. Well, I'll show you how to break that down later. But I do that for the count. So let's give ourselves a count and see if we can get into the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Can you see that connection? Now, a whole note gets 4 whole beats. So I realize that drummers are excited and waiting is the hardest part. But when we talk about a whole note, sometimes we need more space in music. And this could be for a dance break where there's something else going on. Maybe we're doing a hit and letting a guitar player shred a little bit in between. Or however that you're playing, sometimes we have to leave more space. One of my teachers used to say, it's not what we play, it's when we play. It's actually the space in between the notes that creates the rhythm. So this is going to be one of our slowest rhythms. And what I want you to do is play with me on beat 1, but then lift your hands away from the drum. That keeps us from actually hitting the drum in between. Count the other 3 beats like this. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now half notes play on 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 quarter notes on every beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Do you think you can go back into the Ayub Middle Eastern rhythm? 1, 2, ready, play. I like ice cream, I like ice cream, I like ice cream. Now when you get ready to stop, just count yourself back down. 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. I don't know, but I think you're sounding pretty good. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm really not trying to play over the top. I'm concentrating on my tone. I'm concentrating on making the right sound at the right time. And timing is everything in the drummer's business. So if you're not playing in time, you're not exactly doing it right. So make sure that your timing is the foundation that you're building everything else on top of. We'll talk about connecting to a metronome and how to set that up later. And we'll even go into some more advanced subdivisions. So stay tuned. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so that you can get our new videos. Keep your rhythms going.